Welcome back, guys, into part 3 of our Gold Marathon 3.0. As you can see on the screen, we already took 13 out of the 20 trades of the exercise. We took 4 wins and 9 losses. We are down 7.64% overall, as you can see. Not very happy about last part performance. We were the CPI, we had the right mindset, we had the right bias, sorry, but we had the wrong mindset. We were sort of really trading and trying to catch every single move at every single price sensitivity area, not even caring about 3 to 1, not even caring about 2 to 1. So really not happy with my performance. The wins are small, the losses are the full 2%. So it's not the way I want to take trades live, and it's not the way that I'm taking the back trading sessions usually. So we're starting now. We have 7 trades left. We're starting now with minus 7% pre-London session of Thursday. Let me remove this. Okay. So today we have the PPI and the unemployment claims. Yesterday CPI was higher than previous, higher than expected, as I showed you, and we got a nice rally. As you can see, 200 pips, especially from here, which was the CPI, and we were not able to catch them due to the fact that yes, it was messy, but we were fighting this range, we were fighting these useless PSAs instead of fighting at the key levels, giving us much more clean opportunities. So today what we're going to do is to try to be less stupid, less hyenas, and really take trades where it counts, like if it was real money, not just taking trades for the sake of taking them without analyzing them, without a single checklist. As you can see, we broke above 1748, 49. We stayed above, and we are almost going to correct the full downward move that happened this Sunday. Okay, so let's just remove this. Okay, so we're going to see what happens here on the 1 minute in pre-London. Let me just blow my. And we're ready to go. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this might be a nice candle. It's our candle, but is below the key level. We have range, not enough to the previous low. So we're going to take it as a first sign of trending market, of after rejecting those previous highs, the new hourly made a top wick, but this range is too small for us to take advantage of unless we use like a 10 pips, but to go below to the key level, uh, we are in pre-London, we have no confirmations, so no volume yet. So even though this might be a nice setup, as I showed you many times, I mean, we might also justify taking the trade. But since it's just the first confirm, I'm not really willing to take it. Okay. This is even more interesting, but still the same reasoning of the range. As you can see, this is a nice setup, but has to be put in the right context. It's not something that you have to find the reasons to take the trade. Yes, but below, but was the first sign and was not like coming after breaks and retests and then continuation down. No. And the overall bias is not bullish. It's not, yeah, it's not bullish. It's not bearish, it's bullish. So as you can see, we made that a lower wick now. Safer bias will be above 1752, which is exactly this level. We're going to see what is happening. Nice reaction. Let's see if we make a lower wick and then continues bullish. Okay. Doesn't close with a nice body. Okay, so what I would like to see is that. So we have lower wick being created, first sign, second sign, break and retest, and then if we have strength, take the bias above 1753. PSA. For further continuation up, we have the full range till 59 key level afterwards. This is a nice sign. No entry given above here. Let's see if we have a pullback. Exactly. It makes a lower wick, but I'm not really fancying it. but we are still breaking above these previous highs. We had the confirms. Okay. Uh, I have to think about it. And if I have to think about it, it's not good. Either I take it or not. Okay, let's risk it for the biscuits. Not good. Bounce off the previous highs. We are coming towards the London Open, so wasn't this is not the best possible entry. I gotta be honest. We take a loss, which is number 14. I'm not really sure. Well, was not my setup. Was still 20 minutes before London Open, so could have easily gone up. We had a break above the previous highs and a retest. Only thing that I can see is that it was the first tap of the PSA. But even here would have been, it is what it is. Let's see London Open. Okay, it's opening now. Lower wick being created. Nice candle setup, but still unsure if the price is, if the bullish trend is going to resume or not. Yes, we have a nice wick to fill, but from here I'm not 100% sure that we're going to have it. So we are still 6 pips, 7 pips. So it's not, I could even enter here without mistakes. We are 45 pips for the range. I'm looking for this setup. Is the next one making a lower wick before? Yes. Okay, so we have London open. We have London making lower wick. We have London breaking above this previous key level. The bias is very bullish. We got this rejection, but London Open can bring volume here. I think this is too risky. Okay. I like that it would have been in an awkward situation because we are failing to break those previous highs. Now we are breaking above. We're making a lower wick. Then closing bullish. This is nice. But is this high risk high reward entry? If I enter here, just below the key level, the order block, we have 40 pips of range. this entry will still be alive, but afterwards this high risk high reward entry will be good. Oof. Is this a nice entry? Not a real nice body close, and it just goes up and up. 17 pips. This entry would have been good, but it's not what matters. Okay. Messy price action, hourly close, so no entry taken. This would have been just a 20 pips scalp. This would have been a nice 30-40 pips entry with London volume. Yes, we got a deeper retest, but with a nice safer 15 pips stop loss. Would have been below here. Would have been much nice. This one here. Yes, this would have been 30 pips in profit. Volume time, the checklist was there. Why didn't I take it? I didn't take it because after so many losses, I was down and not confident. So I'm not going to take it now, of course. Okay. And here, oops, no. Going back, I removed my previous loss, I think. Yes, so let me just take a sell because I have to fix the 2% loss. Okay. And I'm going back to the where we were before, which was here. New hourly open because we are down 9%, which is the correct amount. And Asian close, we are breaking above. We got a retest. We got not a nice clean retest of the levels for further entries yet. This one might be nicer. That might be a high risk, high reward entry, but we are after our trading time, so that's good. And we're going to jump into New York. Okay, New York open. Remember, we have the PPI in 30 minutes and the unemployment claims in 30 minutes. Okay, so we saw a big rejection. We never got to the key level. We only went 30 pips above the PSA, which taken was would have been good enough, but it is what it is. We then saw a huge rejection in the previous hour, made a top wick above the key level. Here, not the cleanest price action. As you can see, we got a rejection after making a new low. Lower high, lower low, lower high. and now breaking below the key level, but we have this daily PSA still unbroken so far. And we're going to see now in the first minutes of New York what happens. Top wick made. Let's see the reaction at the key level. Looks like it's breaking above. Instead, nope. We made a new lower high, possibly. This is a nice candle setup, to be honest. We have a price range, but we still have this support and we still have the PPI in 12 minutes. So it might even go here and just before the news, the report. In this case, I would miss it and there will be maybe a lesson learned, but let's see. I don't like to enter so close to the report. As you can see, we made 30 pips in a few seconds, in a few minutes, 5 minutes, we made 30 pips in continuation of the bias of the previous hour after seeing and saying out loud that the hourly candle was making a top wick and making a rejection at the key level. Okay, so this would have been a nice 3-to-1 trade as per news, as per analysis. So and as per setup. So the setup is good, but the timing for me was kind of weird. Someone will say, yeah, but you are a scalper in 12 minutes, 10 minutes can happen everything. Yes, but we see. PPI is higher than expected, and as previous, the core PPI as well. We have same unemployment claims as expected. Let me see the PPI. Here over here was much higher than previous. So I might see some bullish action. Liquidity grab. This might be a nice candle, but is kind of too wide. Okay. Actually, this retest of the key level is nice. I'm not going to take it. As you can see, I learned the lesson of yesterday. I mean, would I still possibly be alive? Still no clear, not a clear cut price action, and now we are at the 4-hour close. The new 4-hour open makes a top and lower wick. Lower wick definitely. The reaction at the key level again. This looks nicer for a first sign of trending. Might take above the key level if it's far away enough from the key level. From the New York Stock Exchange open, but instead we are still in this range. 9 minutes from New York Stock Exchange opening. Let's see what they want. Lower wick being created, key level still intact again, and as you can see, it was a contraction, not a real lower week, of course not a trade to take. Now we are breaking below and we are melting below. Actually, this was not a, could have been a nice entry, yes, but really hard to tell. You have this PSA, you don't have that those many that report was so astonishingly good for the US dollar. Actually, the PPI was still high, so was not expected. Only technically it was good. Technically it was good right below here, or if you entered, not really, I mean, unless you entered here impulsively, it was really hard. We will still be alive from this candle, but you don't. A couple hours later. Okay, you don't want to get trapped in these ranges. Let's see now, we are 10 minutes from the hourly close. Let's see if we get, after this huge liquidity grab, a nice, this is a really nice break and retest. Lower week here. $15 pips is just below here, and we have a full range to the next key level, but we have this huge PSA on the left. Messy. The only thing that is good for the entry is that you grab the liquidity and then you can push up. But as you can see, is not the cleanest price action, especially if it is counter trend. You possibly might think, are we taking entries below bearish, but for me, there's no clear entry here. Okay. This might be a nice candle, as you can see. So you see that the volume is very strong. It's just that the price action is very messy here. Let me just write down again 14L. Okay. It's very messy, but this candle gets rejected from the key level, very nice, and closes very bearish. The point is 15 pips will not even be above the key level, so it's not really like something that I fancy, but we have 40 pips to of range available, or even more, to go up again at the key level. It's a very nice and clean, it's in trend. It's just that the price action is so messy. Look at even here how this big of a candle got rejected. I really like it, but I'm not confident in this moment to take it. And it was good. Okay, new hourly candle close. We still have 1 hour till London close. Another nice candle. After rejecting again this PSA, still having this PSA on the left hand side to take care of. As you can see, there's not clean action to take advantage of. So just one loss. We missed a couple trades. We missed this trade in continuation down. So I told you about that. It would have been 60 pips, 45 pips. And during London session, what we missed was the buy here for another 30 plus pip. And this is what you miss. And that's why this is because I'm coming from a very, very bad losing streak. And that's why I am not feeling confident in my setup when actually I should have been, because it's over time it's proven to be good. This entry was missed only because we were 30 minutes from the news. The report came out when the price was already down. Would have been like 60 pips. Take profit, taken, good to go. Let's jump into tomorrow. The following day, it's Friday, pre-London, and price is okay here. As I showed you, the liquidity grab was really strong. It's just that price action was really messy, could not enter under 1 minute. But as you can see, price moved bearish, bullish nicely. So now we are here, new day. I remove the arrows. We have this PSA on the left hand side. We have this PSA. We have this PSA. And we have the key levels, of course. This one as well is a nice PSA. So what are we going to see here? What do we want to see? So we know that price is bearish. Today we have the retail sales, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we have the retail sales. I really would like to see the action now, and at London do a sort of to see what happens, because we have this strong PSA on the left, 1756, 1756, which is not only now, but it's been rejecting also the hourly candle over here. And we are getting closer and closer to the bottom of the order block. So it will be something really interesting to, really important to break the order block lows. But let's just see the first candle of London open. Nice and clean. If this one wasn't the first candle, it would have been already a nice bullish confirm. Okay, nice retest, but this candle, this huge rejection, you cannot enter at the first top unless you have to see some exhaustion and then possible entry, in my opinion. This is a much better possibility, but we are too high of the level. It looks like we're going to tap the key level. Exactly. So this entry would have been 20 pips, but not rushing it. We're coming towards London open in 10 minutes. And we can see already from the hourly time frame how the last few minutes got rejected, and we are back at the price sensitivity area. So if we see now during London session a lower wick being created, even a pullback here can go even as deep as here, then we can take advantage of the buys on the upside. Due to the fact that the bias is very, very bullish, we have a lower wick, we have a top wick that can be filled. Let's see where London Open goes straight to the key level, straight to the key level, 28, 30 pips. Let's see if we have a break above or we have multiple rejections. Okay, looks like we have a nice break above the key level. We might be back into the order block and we can take advantage of the range. We have to be very, very careful. Exactly. These, I was looking at it, but if it closed below the PSA, would have been much better. This one is making a lower wick, but we have this strong PSA, so I'm not taking an entry yet. I'm not seeing a retest, clean retest. If we see now, after the rejection at the key level, we see now the candle breaking below, retesting, and then continuation down. We can take an entry to take advantage of the full range, which is like 26 pips. Not a lot, but let's see. Let's see what happens. London Open was really too fast to take an entry. This candle setup would have been good, but it's too close to London Open. You know that London Open can give a further pullback, but it would have been a nice entry. This one was a perfect entry, but it was exactly at pre-London Open. The hourly candle makes a lower wick really fast. Might have been possibly this entry after seeing the hourly candle making lower wick. Would have been nice. It would be actually out at 30 pips, not even 30 pips take profit. You have the rest one risk free, and then you get 30 pips here. Would have been really nice, probably going out here after seeing the rejection and break below the key level. Would have been still 30 pips of the rest of the position. Okay, this is a much nicer candle, to be completely honest with you. It's nice. We have this PSA, but the bearish action is very strong. The rejection of the key level is very strong. It's just the candle is not flipping bearish yet because it will be a high risk, high reward entry. And as you can see, as being high risk now. You will still be alive because 15 pips is well above. Let's see if we are taking profits. Not the cleanest price action. After multiple rejections, this candle looks much better. Honestly, we already got some rejections, but the bullish action is very strong. But we are failing to make clear new highs. And yes, one bullish candle engulfs many bearish ones. But it tells me that the bearish action after the key level rejection, the bearish pressure is there. The point is, okay, what is the range? I will need like price to retrace all the way back to have a 3 to 1. I will need like below here to get a 2 to 1. So was not is not really a nice entry for me now. Look at the size of the candles and look now where it price exactly reacted. We are failing to break below here, so confirmation of yes, there's a bullish bearish pressure, but it's not. It's a too counter trend for me in this moment. Now we are seeing at the new hourly open after London after, let's see here. This is okay. New Asia session close. New hour open makes a top week. Again, third time failing to break this level. Of course, this entry will still be alive. And then you see the bearish pressure coming in. Here, retesting the previous PSA. If this one makes a top wick and then continuation down, it might be a good entry. No top wick. Oof. Oof. This is a very risky entry. 15 pips is well above the previous PSA. Still, we have plenty of range. This new hourly is very bearish. The point is, do we see price going? We are still in a big range, so it's not like I'm selling to the bottom of the other blocks. I'm selling, hoping that price goes below the bottom of the other block. It's a very high risk reward entry. This entry here, here would have been 17 pips, so not even in profit. Very messy, and as you can see, price is ranging. Let's see if we get another possible entry here. So as you can see, this is not the price action that you wanted to see as a scalper, and this is exactly why I didn't enter with the multiple confirms. Let's jump into New York or the here, nice, for the retail sales data. So we broke above the key level, but we failed to break a PSA that I don't know where it is. Probably the previous highs, I don't care. Let's remove it from here and put those previous highs. Now we are breaking below the key level, we are staying below the key level, and let's move and see. New York open, top wick being created, closing bearish, sorry. If we see continuation down below, then I will possibly take an entry. Let's update the PSA, as you can see here, and let's see what price does in the very next candle. Okay, if you took a high risk reward entry here, we will still be in, still 10 pips in profit, and now much better. This candle makes a top wick and then flips bearish, as the point that we were talking about. The stop loss will be over here, 15 pips, still below the key level, which I don't really fancy it. The range will be much better because not even. Okay, so we have confirmation of rejection here at the key level. We are staying below the key level. We have 15 minutes till the news. The report are expected to be actually worse than prior, which could be, honestly, we could see a pricing in, but still the previous PSAs is too close for me to enter, so I will skip it. And remember, this is not what you want to see as a scalper. If you enter, I was enter here, 10 pips, and then you get stopped out. We have the thingy coming in as, oh no, we don't have it. Ah, but it's not today. Today we don't have anything. Okay, very good. It's the 17th. Okay, so today we don't have anything. Better. So just based on that technical price, we saw that there was no entry yet. Even this entry high risk reward at New York Open would have been given you just 20 pips, risking it 15, risking at least 10, 15, and then we're going to see now if this liquidity grab manages to break above the key level or the opposite. Now we see another rejection at the key level. We can retest, but we are too far up, over 10 pips above the key level. And now we're breaking above. We're breaking above the previous highs. We have 25 pips here. No real entry above here, but why there's no 1764 key level? Over here would be like 20 pips. We got liquidity. We have multiple bullish actions. Is the first stop though. We don't even have a break and retest yet. And that was a good idea. Wait for further confirmation to enter. Okay, very impulsive action. Not really an entry unless you entered here at this previous week at the key level. Lower week, then the candle flips bullish, but as happening here, it was 10 pips. Yeah, 15 pips would be nice, and it's actually a good entry because we are 6 pips above the key level, and then we have the confirmation of price gap liquidity and the failing to break into new lows. This was not a good entry. This one it is. We are still 15 minutes before the new hourly candle close, so you might take the 15 pips entry because the difference between this one and this one is that this one is over 10 pips, so 15 pips stop loss would be in the middle of the range. This one is well below the previous lows. Okay, we have break here. We have 12 pips. Of course, if you see rejection at these previous highs, you take it either a small stop loss, you can bring the stop loss to the key level, break even not necessarily, but to the key level, because if it goes back, if it reacts here, then okay. If it goes back to the key level, then means that we are back into the range. No reason to take the full loss. And then we go up. We are like 26 pips. After all this, right, we are at a candle close, so there's no reason to risk the full position. So we're going to take the 20%, like it was 30 pips, and we're going to take the as much smaller stop loss right below the previous lows for the 20% remaining. If we get to the key level 3 to 1, we are going to close it. Okay, so here okay, we're going to close it at 3 to 1 in order to bank a win. Within win, we are back into the range, we are overshooting. So if we have a nice break and retest of the key level, then we can continue up. Otherwise, no need to risk it. Smaller candles. Let's see if we have an counter trend possibility. This is a nice rejection. High risk, high reward entry for price to. This will be if I don't believe that the price will continue up on a Friday night, Friday afternoon, after all the bullish price action. We might, if we know gold, we might expect a pullback here. So I take a high risk, high reward sell, counter trend sell. I'm risking the profits of the previous trade to take advantage of possible sell. Is very high risk, very no, actually it's 7 minutes before New York Stock Exchange open, so it's possibly not a good idea, and I don't want to regret it, so let's leave it like as it is. Oof, oof, oof. Always better to wait. Oof. Would have been stopped out right before New York Stock Exchange opening. Okay, and now if we see the same setup, then I'm going to take a sell. It just melted. Yes, just melting. Ooh, 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 ooh. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. Lower wick being created, but this is not closing very nicely. Let's see. Rejection. Let's see now if it makes a top wick and flips bearish. Do I want to risk it for the biscuit? This is very high risk, high reward because I can take the full counter trend. New York Stock Exchange made a top wick. I'm basically betting against the trend again and in favor of the take profit at the end of the week. Let's see where this candle is moving. But do I want to close it? Yeah, I want it to close exactly, and close bullish. Now give me some nice rejection. If you close like this, that's actually perfect. Sell, high risk, high reward, sell, very high risk. You already know what I'm betting on. Profit taking, New York Stock Exchange making a new high. The very important PSA that we are at, that I'm not expecting to break on a Friday. So I'm expecting some profit taking after multiple rejections of the key level and the above PSA. Let's see. Not the cleanest, not the cleanest. Here we are 2 pips in profit. Take partials, nope, just kidding. Looks like, okay, our bet was wrong. We betted against the trend and we lost. So we are 16 L. There you go. Was I missing something after this PSA? Possibly. The entry was 10 pips, 8 pips, 6 pips in profit. We saw multiple rejections, flat candle body support here, break and retest of the key level. So possibly, I mean, stopped out here, so it doesn't really matter. In trend would have been much, much nicer. As you can see. But it is what it is. Taking the in trend trade would have been a much, much, much better option. Much easier, much more profitable. And the price is just going crazy. Like 100 pips move from here, like 100 pips move that I missed because I wanted to bet counter trend. That's why I'm stupid. Let's see if now we get the rejection that I was betting on. Not yet. Now we are seeing multiple rejections at these highs. The point is why the price should go down, down, down again. So exactly no reason why. That would be much better enter bullish. Here we had no entry. Possibly here. So like 40 pips. So we were on the opposite side of what was working out. And this is why being stupid, I feel so stupid right now. Missing 160 pip move. Feel so stupid. So damn stupid. Look, a nice entry and the PSA. I don't even know what PSA this was. So there's no reason to. Here, entering countertrend. Why I could have stayed lucid and taking advantage of this entry. This entry was so clean. Well, it is what it is. We are going to close for now. Minus 7.7%. Let me save the simulation. And let's see if I enter there, how would that be? Let's see. Instead of entering countertrend, I'm here and I wait and I say, okay, I'm waiting for a pullback from these previous lows, highs, and then in trend again. Look at how we are trending bullish. Okay, we're seeing some signs of exhaustion. Let's see at the lows. Flat candle body support. Break and retest of the key level. We're breaking above the PSA. This one is not that shockingly strong, in my opinion. Unless you enter here, can still get rejected, and it's 2 minutes to the 4 minutes to the hourly close. This is the new hour. Makes a lower wick. Right. It's just melting and rallying. Let's see the key level. This one is much nicer. If you enter for 15 pips, you get stopped out because of the wicks, and then reacts somewhere. Let's see the key level. Enter here. Just so arranging so but anyway, this is not saved, of course. We're closing minus 7.7%, 16 trades, 4 to go to at least try to get break even. Ooh, that was rough. See you guys.